So as you can see here, it is 56 degrees out in the middle of January here in Wisconsin, and it's not going to stay that way very much longer. We have one heck of a day coming through here. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And today is an interesting day because here in Wisconsin we are in the middle of January. Of course it's a gloomy, cloudy day like it is all the time. It's about 55 degrees out, saw almost 60 earlier, and yeah, for the past 2 weeks it has been absolutely bitter cold. It's been like single digits and just too cold to do anything, and all of a sudden now 55 degrees. I'll take it. So we have a couple things on the agenda for today, and one of them is going to be starting up the C4 Corvette and letting it warm up and run for a bit, since it has not run for probably like 3 weeks. This was right before Christmas was last time I actually drove it, so unfortunately. And then later this afternoon we're actually supposed to be getting a winter weather advisory. So we're supposed to be getting about a 30-degree temperature drop, and we're also going to have rain, sleet, snow, all that fun stuff. I got a couple things I need to get caught up on before that happens. It has been so cold out that the concrete is condensing all my footprints. The concrete in my garage is so cold yet because it's been down to like 0 degrees that yeah, it's so humid out right now that just everything's condensing. And you know what, 55, 60 degrees in the middle of winter, especially in the middle of January here, I'll definitely take it. Yeah, but anyways, a little bit off point. We're gonna fire up the C4 Corvette, get that thing a little bit warmed up if possible, and then I gotta head over by my brother's, do a tune-up and oil change on his snowblower before the storm hits tonight. And then if we actually have time, I know it's actually supposed to rain and sleet and stuff like that, but there is so much salt and grime all over my Jeep that I think the Jeep needs to get cleaned up. But that's kind of the last thing on the list today, so we'll see what happens. Time to start up the Corvette. I'm gonna reach out to you guys to try and give me an answer on this one, but I'm getting kind of a weird whistling sound. It's kind of hard to pick up when you listen for it. So I chugged the throttle a little bit here, and just tell me if you listen for this here. There it was. Did you hear that? Yeah, so it's kind of a weird whirring slash whistling sound that I'm getting there. I haven't heard that before, so if any of you guys have an idea what that might be, it has me a little concerned, but I know it hasn't run for a while, so yeah, I guess we'll see if it continues. And real quick, just so you guys know that I'm not lying to y'all, right there on the dashboard it says 47 degrees. Obviously everything in my garage is a little bit colder than the outside right now, so yeah, but that's pretty amazing for the middle of January. I would love to take the C4 out for a drive, but if you would have seen the roads just a couple days ago, the roads were white with salt. Not snow, salt. They were so white that you couldn't even see most of like the white line markers on a lot of the roads out here. So as much as with the temperature being nice today, I'd love to take it out for a ride. Unfortunately, with the temperature being 47 degrees and everything is condensating, especially on the roads and stuff like that, I just don't want to get the bottom of my car all full of salt. So at this point, unfortunately, that's not going to happen, but it doesn't prevent us from starting it up and running it for a bit. Woo! Alright, I got a little bit worried because I started seeing some smoke coming up from underneath the hood, but as you can see, like, everything's just everything's just so cold. It's got condensate burning off. Really hoping that the OptiSpark doesn't have any condensation in there, but hey, you know, when you get such a drastic temperature change and the humidity levels are so high like that, it's just bound to happen. So yeah, a little bit coming off the back there, but had me a little bit worried for a second, but I don't think it's a big deal. We just got to let it get warmed up and get rid of that condensation. So one thing here I want to show you guys real quick that I did pick up for the C4. It was actually during the contest that Street Speed 717 and InChain Designs were running. I decided to order the black, the fender hash marks, and I'm intending, it's not happening today, I'm going to wait till spring when it gets nicer, but I'm going to be adding these onto the C4. I think it looks really cool. I'm just going to kind of give you guys a little demonstration here. So I think it actually will look pretty cool. Right there along the side, coming down. I'm not actually 100% sure if that's the direction that they're going to go, or it's going to go the other way, but just kind of giving an idea of what it'll look like on there. I think that'll actually be a pretty cool little accent. And then also, one thing I was looking at is I saw, I think Midwest, let me get this out of the way. I think Midwest Corvette or Eckler's or something like that, they have these black stripes that go right along this ridge here. You can get all that put on the you know, on the edges of the hood scoop, which I think that would be kind of cool and accent those hash marks. But we're gonna let the C4 run for another minute or two, give her a couple revs, and then I think we're gonna shut it down and head over by my brother's because I gotta take care of that snowblower for him. So while the C4 is running here, we gotta grab a few things that I gotta take with. There we go. Oil pan. Don't want to spill that. There you go. Yes, very much so. Also, real quick while I'm in here, if any of you guys out there know how to turn off that change oil light right there, I am definitely not due for an oil change. I actually had an oil change done not too long ago. Yeah, I looked through the manual. I can't find out how to turn it off. So if any of you guys know how to turn off that change oil light, let me know or send me a link to something. Actually, I probably could just look it up myself, but hey, interactivity with my subscribers. Anybody know how to turn off that change oil light on the C4 Corvette? Let me know. So, as much as I don't like to let a vehicle just sit and run, unfortunately, you know, I just can't take it out for a ride. So, we've got her up to temperature, and I think she's pretty well warmed up. So, unfortunately, this might be the last time we actually get a chance to really have a real nice day here in Wisconsin, especially since it's January. But on the bright side, we're a lot closer to spring than we were before, and living in Wisconsin, you never know, you could have winter could start in November. So we've been pretty lucky so far, and I'm hoping that maybe by the end of March, early April, we'll actually be able to get this thing back on the road. But for now, unfortunately, you gotta love that sound. Well, anyways, that's gonna do it for now. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Sucks, but price I pay for living in Wisconsin. Alright, well, one thing that I really wanted to do today, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen because unfortunately looks like we got a bunch of rain coming, and that is not going to help my plan, but might alleviate my needing to go get a car wash. But what I wanted to do was I actually wanted to take the tops out and actually drive my Jeep in the middle of January with no top on it. But you win some, you lose some, you know what I'm saying? So gotta head over to my brother's and work on the snowblower that should have been tuned up a long time ago. Well, at least the one nice thing is I can drive with the window open at least. So on a side note, real quick here while I'm heading over to my brother's, in my last video, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that was kind of supportive about the whole not being able to drive the Corvette over the winter and everything like that. And yes, I'm definitely going to continue to make content and do things like this. I mean, it's not going to be the most exciting stuff in the world, but I think at least the cool thing is like one of you guys said, is just be yourself, to be real and make real content. And as long as you do that, people will support you. So I'm almost at 350 subscribers, which is pretty awesome, especially with not really having much content out there right now. But you know, I'm doing something a little different today, as I've only got my one GoPro with me, and that is it. And I am definitely going to try and do a little bit simpler videos, you know, one camera instead of trying to, you know, do all the extra stuff, and just make it a little bit more straight and to the point, and give you guys a little bit more insight to, you know, my life as it is, my Corvette life, my Jeep life, all that fun stuff. Yeah, and again, you know, it's I thank you guys for your input and stuff like that. It's awesome. If you guys haven't checked me out yet, I'm also on Instagram, and I might be looking into some other social media platforms that I do want to make to coincide with my channel. But if you want to look me up on Instagram, you can of course find me at 13 Scorpio. Just search for it. I got the same, I think I have the same thumbnail that I have on YouTube of, you know, obviously you'll see the Corvette and you'll know it's me. Yellow Corvette, it's 13 Scorpio. So just about to my brother's here, and you guys may, for the few of you that actually watched the video, remember I did a video about the solar eclipse back in August here. I just cannot get over how dirty the Jeep is. Regardless of the rain, I may still go get a car wash anyways. But here's the beast. This is the snowblower that we need to do a oil change and a tune-up on. So I'm not gonna really bore you guys with the details on that. I think I'm just gonna set you guys up on a time lapse and get to it. So guys, as to be expected, anytime you want to get something done, there's always got to be a hiccup. So it's interesting because I pulled this spark plug out, okay, and this is literally what was already in the snowblower, and I had already got the new spark plug, and I went off the book. So of course right here, the book says RJ19LM, right? So I go to the hardware store, I buy RJ19LM, RJ19LM, RJ19LM. So here's the new spark plug. It even says it, RJ19LM. Well, the issue is, they are completely different sizes. So this is a RC12YC. Not even remotely the same. So the book, so the owner's manual for the snowblower is wrong. Yeah, that really, I've never seen that before. That completely makes no sense. So unfortunately, I guess I'm off to the hardware store to get the right spark plug and figure out why that is. So in case anybody thought I was lying before about it being so warm in January, that's the actual temperature. It's currently 52 degrees, dropping a little bit, and raining pretty good for January, that's for sure. So depending on your perspective on things, all this rain is actually either a good thing or a bad thing, because it's going to be nice to get some of the salt washed off the roads, but unfortunately in the next couple hours it's supposed to drop significantly in temperature and then get down to well below freezing actually. So this might actually be a messy day. Not sure exactly how cold it's going to get, but regardless of how cold it gets, if it gets below freezing and all the salt's been washed off the roads, it's definitely not going to be a good thing. All right, guys, just arrived at Ace Hardware. Yes, hopefully they got what I need here. Be back with you in a minute.
A few moments later.
All right, and just like that, they had what I needed. So hopefully that does the trick. And one of the advantages of going here is, or disadvantage depending on your perspective, of course, is I get to get one of these every time. So, way overpriced soda, but it's definitely good stuff. So yeah, you gotta get a treat every once in a while. Still holding at 52 degrees and still raining. Just a personal perspective on going to places like Ace Hardware. You know, I live in a smaller town, you know, suburb of South Milwaukee, and unfortunately there's not a whole lot of small businesses left. And you know, I'm all for getting the best price that you can, but when it comes to certain things, you know, like a spark plug, getting, you know, nuts and bolts and things like that, and you know, other things. I mean, I'm not going to go to a place like Ace Hardware and buy a snowblower for, you know, way more than I'm going to spend at a lot of other places, big, you know, big box stores and stuff like that. But one thing that is definitely nice is, you know, having local businesses that, you know, you just walk in. You know, I showed him my spark plug. He walked me right over to where the spark plugs were and just handed me the correct one off the shelf. Saved me a little bit of time. Not like I wouldn't be able to find it on my own. But, you know, the thing is supporting places like that, even if it's a few bucks at a time, there's so few left that are actually helpful and can do things like that. Because, I mean, if you walk into a Walmart with a spark plug and say, hey, I need this one, you know, unfortunately, 9 times out of 10, the people there are not, they're not going to be able to give you the help that you can get at places like this. So when it comes to stuff like that, I always try and, you know, support the local hardware stores and things like that, because, you know, it just seems like that's the type of, you know, under those circumstances, that's always the right thing to do, even if it only is like $5. So, all right, guys. So on the bright side, definitely looks like we got the right one now. So I guess we can actually get this job finished up and fire it up and make sure I did everything right. All right, looks like we got everything taken care of. So now I just got to fire it up and make sure it runs okay. Whew. Scare me a little bit. This thing hasn't been running in a while. I got it running, that's the important part. I don't know why I wouldn't start with the electric, one pole, and there it was. Unfortunately, most of the afternoon is gone. It's been continually raining. Not that hard though. Temperature hasn't really dropped. It's still 51 degrees. Yeah, I know that the weather is going to change here pretty significantly, but looks like I got most of my stuff done for the day, if you can even see me at this point. But yeah, I really wanted to take the Jeep in and go get a car wash, but with the rain and all that, it's probably a complete waste of money at this point in time anyways. So I'm just heading home, and I think this is going to wrap up this one at this time. So anyways, I know nothing spectacular on this video, but anyways, as always, you know, I appreciate you guys tuning in and watching my stuff, and hopefully I have something a little bit more exciting in the future here. And in the meanwhile, if you like the video, give it a big old thumbs up, and of course, if you haven't yet, subscribe to my channel and, you know, my Instagram 13 Scorpio and all that fun stuff. And yeah, I guess we're on winter weather watch here, so I guess that'll do it for today. So thank you very much for watching. Take care, have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one.